Hi, welcome to this our last video in continuation to the energy flows in our ecosystem. We are saying energy from the inorganic nutrients is utilized by the primary producers as seen in the video. In that ecosystem in order to manufacture more food and energy with the help of solar energy from the sun through a process known as photosynthesis. In that entire process, as it is in the video, energy has been transferred from producers to consumers, then decomposers, and again back to producers. So there is a flow of energy that is taking place in that ecosystem. Food web. Now, when energy is transferred from one level to another, from producer to consumers and to decomposers as they interact in a way of integral, be it an energy transfer from one level to another becomes a chain or it is interlinked. The energy transferred is the food at various feeding or trophic levels. In the food web, we show how the energy is being transferred. In that video you're seeing, we are showing how the food is being the energy is being transferred. Now, the yellow arrow shows how the energy is flowing in that food web. The producers of plants, as the arrow is showing, the producers of plants and the primary consumers, the herbivorous animals, the secondary consumers labeled by the rats, and the tertiary consumers that are labeled by the snake as you're seeing, and the quaternary consumers as you're seeing, the eagle or other flying birds or mammals. Sometimes in many ecosystems there may only be two stages, that's the secondary primary consumers and primary producers. In others there may be 3 stages for any 4 stages depending on the ecosystem type, as in the video. When plants are eaten by the primary consumers, or plants are food to primary consumers, which are also food to secondary consumers, like that up to the last feeding trophic level. Energy is being transferred. Therefore, energy moves in an ecosystem through the food web or the food chain, as you've seen and you're seeing in the video. While talking about an ecosystem, there are words that cannot be forgotten or left out. One of these is a habitat. A habitat simply refers to a place to live. In a place where animals and all living components and non-living components exist or stay or establish, the living components will always require water to drink, shelter for shade, and food to feed on, and therefore a place suitable with all these necessities for living components becomes their habitat. An ecological niche, as you're seeing in the video, refers to the role a species serves in its ecosystem, including what it eats, what it eats, and how it behaves. No two species have the same ecological niche. A niche is dependent on what particular animal or species is eaten or it is eating. How does it behave, survive, or hunt its food or kill? All these characteristics define a particular kind of niche, a niche for that species. Explain why two organisms cannot occupy the same niche. If two species occupy the exact same niche in nature, one will die off due to competition for limited resources. That is the reason why two organisms cannot exist in one niche. The next we are doing it brief as per the video. The next is the structure of an ecosystem. It is of 3 phases or 3 characteristics. We have the physical structure, and the physical structure refer to the interaction of biotic and abiotic components resulting into a physical structure which characterizes each ecosystem. The second is species composition. It refers to the identification and enumeration of plants and animal species of an ecosystem. The third one is stratification. Stratification refers to the vertical distribution of different species occupying different levels. Those are the structure of an ecosystem. These are the characteristics that define an ecosystem. There are three. One is the physical structure, the second is the species composition, and then the last is the stratification. We thank you for watching our videos. Please subscribe and like them and share to relevant groups. Support the NSG movement and be part of it. I thank you and wish you the best.